In the heart of the Galactic Empire's grand city, a diplomatic meeting was underway. The air was filled with the hum of alien technology and the chatter of high-ranking officials. On this day, the Empire had invited representatives from Earth for a peaceful negotiation. The Galactic Empire wanted to show their power and superiority, and they saw this meeting as a chance to assert their dominance. The Earth delegation arrived in their sleek silver shuttle, eager to discuss trade agreements and potential alliances. Among them was a young child, Emily, the daughter of one of Earth's lead negotiators. Emily was just 10 years old, bright-eyed and full of curiosity about the stars. Her parents had brought her along to introduce her to the wonders of the galaxy. They hoped this trip would be a memorable learning experience for her. As the meeting progressed, the galactic officials grew impatient with the slow pace of negotiations. Their leader, a towering alien with a stern expression, found the human representatives' discussions trivial. He saw the presence of the child as an added insult, a distraction that he believed was beneath their dignity. In a sudden and shocking move, the Empire's leader gave a cold command. The room fell silent as his orders were executed. Guards seized Emily, who was just playing with a holographic toy, and her cries of confusion and fear echoed through the chamber. The galactic leader, with no hint of remorse, declared that the child's presence had been a waste of time and a sign of disrespect. Without hesitation, the guards carried out the leader's cruel order, and Emily was killed. The news of the child's death spread quickly. The Galactic Empire saw it as a minor incident, a consequence of their power. But on Earth, it was a devastating blow. The loss of a young life, especially one so innocent and full of potential, ignited a wave of outrage and grief. People everywhere were stunned. Social media buzzed with shock and anger as images of Emily's smiling face filled the screens. The Earth government called an emergency meeting. Leaders from every corner of the globe gathered in a high-security bunker. The mood was somber and tense. The room was filled with heavy silence as they watched the footage of the tragic event. The leaders knew they had to respond, but how could they match the strength and might of the Galactic Empire? The debate was heated. Some argued for diplomacy, suggesting that showing restraint would highlight Earth's strength of character. Others were adamant that a stronger response was needed to ensure that such a heinous act would never be repeated. They believed that Earth needed to show the Empire that their actions had severe consequences. After hours of discussion, the decision was made. Earth would not back down. Instead, they would unleash their hidden power, a force that had been lying dormant for centuries. The military leaders revealed a long-guarded secret, a fleet of 700,000 dreadnoughts, massive and formidable warships, hidden and protected throughout history. The leaders' eyes gleamed with determination as they outlined their plan. The dreadnoughts, which had been kept in readiness for a time of great need, would be activated. This fleet was humanity's ultimate weapon, a symbol of their strength and resolve. As the news spread, people across Earth reacted with a mix of relief and anticipation. The Dreadnoughts' activation was a promise of revenge and justice. It was a way to honor the memory of the young girl who had been so cruelly taken from them. The world held its breath, waiting for the moment when Earth would strike back against the Galactic Empire, showing that humanity would not tolerate such acts of cruelty. With the decision made, the stage was set for a dramatic and powerful retaliation. The tragic death of Emily had sparked a fierce resolve in Earth's leaders and citizens alike. The Galactic Empire had made a grave mistake, and soon they would face the full fury of Earth's might. In the shadow of the catastrophic event, Earth's leaders began the monumental task of preparing their secret weapon. The decision had been made to activate the 700,000 dreadnoughts, ancient and powerful warships long kept hidden. This was a force that no one outside of Earth knew existed, a force designed for the darkest days. Deep beneath the surface of the Earth, in hidden bunkers and secret locations, engineers and military personnel worked tirelessly. These bunkers were filled with advanced technology, far beyond what the public ever saw. The walls were lined with control panels, holographic screens, and stacks of data storage devices. This was where Earth's greatest military minds gathered, united by a single purpose: to prepare for war. The activation of the dreadnoughts began with a series of high-level commands. The old systems, which had lain dormant for centuries, hummed back to life. Massive power sources were reactivated, and the ship's complex systems began to boot up. Each dreadnought was a marvel of engineering, equipped with cutting-edge weapons and shields designed to repel the fiercest attacks. The process was not without its challenges. Many of the systems required repairs and updates, having been inactive for so long. Teams of engineers worked around the clock, making sure every part was operational. The sense of urgency was palpable. There was no room for error. The success of their mission depended on the flawless performance of these ancient machines. The fleet's command center, a sprawling facility hidden in a remote part of the world, became the heart of the operation. This is where the fleet's final preparations took place. Officers, pilots, and commanders gathered to review their plans. They knew that their response had to be swift and decisive. They could not afford to give the Galactic Empire any chance to recover or retaliate. The mood was a mix of excitement and tension. The sight of the dreadnoughts being prepared was awe-inspiring. Each ship was enormous, with sleek designs and powerful weaponry. They were a testament to humanity's ingenuity and resolve. As the ships were readied, the command center was filled with the roar of engines and the glow of holographic displays. The leaders of Earth made their final decisions. They mapped out a strategy that would strike at the heart of the Galactic Empire. The plan was to send the dreadnoughts on a direct course to the Empire's central system. This would show the Empire the full force of humanity's power and ensure that their message was received loud and clear. As the ships prepared for launch, a sense of anticipation spread across Earth. People gathered to watch the historic event. News broadcasts and live feeds showed the dreadnoughts emerging from their hidden bases, their powerful engines igniting as they began their journey. The sight was both humbling and inspiring. The sheer scale of the fleet was a powerful symbol of Earth's determination. The dreadnoughts, once a hidden secret, were now on full display. They moved with precision and purpose, heading towards their target with unmatched speed and power. The launch was a moment of great significance, marking the beginning of Earth's revenge. In the Galactic Empire, the arrival of the human fleet was met with surprise and confusion. The Empire's leaders had underestimated Earth's resolve and power. The sight of 700,000 dreadnoughts approaching their space was a stark reminder of their mistake. As the fleet approached, Earth's leaders watched with a mix of hope and anxiety. They knew that this was only the beginning. The real test would come when the dreadnoughts engaged the Empire's forces. But for now, the preparation was complete, and the fleet was ready to deliver their message. The stage was set for an epic confrontation. Earth's hidden strength had been unleashed, and the Galactic Empire was about to face the consequences of their actions. The dreadnoughts were more than just machines. They were a symbol of humanity's strength and resilience. The universe would soon see the full extent of what Earth could do when pushed to the edge. With the dreadnoughts now activated and on their way, Earth's leaders turned their attention to the final preparations for war. The mood across the globe was a mix of anticipation and tension. Everyone knew that the upcoming battle would be a defining moment in human history. The strategy was clear: strike at the heart of the Galactic Empire with overwhelming force. To do this, they needed to ensure that each of the 700,000 dreadnoughts was fully prepared for battle. The dreadnoughts were powerful warships, but their true strength came from how well they were operated. Every crew member had to be trained and ready for the intense combat that lay ahead. The crews of the dreadnoughts were assembled in large training facilities. These men and women had been chosen for their skill and bravery. Now, they faced rigorous training exercises to sharpen their abilities and ensure they were ready for the upcoming battle. The drills were intense, simulating every possible scenario they might face. Pilots practiced maneuvers, gunners honed their aim, and engineers tested the ship's systems under pressure. Commanders briefed the crews on the mission. They spoke of the Galactic Empire's cruelty and the need for swift justice. Every crew member understood the gravity of their task. They were not just fighting for revenge, but to protect their world and ensure such a tragedy would never happen again. The camaraderie among the crew was strong. They knew they were part of something much bigger than themselves. Outside the control center, preparations continued. Factories and supply depots worked around the clock, producing and stockpiling necessary supplies and munitions. Every aspect of the war effort was being meticulously planned and executed. From the logistics of transporting supplies to the coordination of communications, no detail was overlooked. The news media was abuzz with coverage of the preparations. People from every nation watched with a mix of pride and nervousness. The global unity in the face of this crisis was a powerful sight. Nations that had once been rivals were now working together, their focus solely on the mission ahead. Public morale was high, with many viewing the upcoming battle as a chance to prove humanity's strength and resolve. In the command center, final touches were being made to the battle plan. The fleet would enter Galactic Empire space in a precise formation, designed to maximize their firepower and minimize their exposure to enemy defenses. The leaders knew that the first strike had to be decisive. They could not afford to give the Empire any chance to regroup or retaliate. As the launch date approached, a sense of determination settled over everyone involved. The Dreadnoughts were ready, the crews were trained, and the strategy was set. The entire world held its breath, waiting for the moment when humanity would take its stand. The night before the fleet's departure, Earth's leaders addressed the global audience. Their message was clear. Humanity was united, and they were prepared to face whatever came their way. They spoke of the need for justice and the importance of standing up to oppression. With the final preparations complete, the Dreadnoughts set out on their mission. They moved through space with a sense of purpose and power. The Galactic Empire, unaware of the full extent of the impending assault, continued with their daily affairs, oblivious to the storm approaching. The stage was set for a dramatic and pivotal confrontation. Earth's forces were ready to make their mark and show the Galactic Empire that their actions would not go unanswered. As the Dreadnoughts continued their journey, the galaxy braced itself for the impending clash. The day of reckoning had arrived. As the 700,000 Dreadnoughts neared the Galactic Empire's central system, the tension was palpable. On Earth, people watched anxiously as their powerful fleet approached its target. The world held its breath, waiting for the moment when humanity would unleash its full might. The Dreadnoughts emerged from the vast expanse of space, their immense forms casting shadows over nearby stars. Each ship was a marvel of engineering, bristling with weaponry and advanced technology. They moved with precision, their coordinated approach designed to strike fear into the hearts of the Galactic Empire's leaders. In the heart of the Galactic Empire's capital, the sudden appearance of the human fleet caused chaos. The Empire's defense systems, once thought impenetrable, were now facing an unexpected and overwhelming threat. The Empire's leaders, caught off guard by the sheer scale of the invasion, scrambled to respond. The first wave of attack began with a blinding flash of energy. The Dreadnoughts opened fire, their powerful weapons cutting through the Empire's defenses. The initial barrage was devastating. Ships exploded in brilliant bursts of light, and the Empire's once formidable defense structures were reduced to debris. The impact was immediate and catastrophic, shaking the very core of the Empire's capital. The Galactic Empire's forces tried to mount a defense. Fighters and warships were launched in a desperate attempt to repel the attackers. But the human fleet was relentless. Each dreadnought was equipped with advanced shields and weaponry, making them nearly impervious to the Empire's counterattacks. The Empire's ships, though brave, were no match for the overwhelming firepower of the Dreadnoughts. As the battle raged on, the capital's surface became a battlefield. Explosions lit up the sky and the ground trembled with the force of the ongoing conflict. The Galactic Empire cities, once symbols of their grandeur and power, were now engulfed in flames and chaos. The human fleet moved through the system with ruthless efficiency, targeting key strategic points to cripple the Empire's ability to fight back. Inside the control centers of the Dreadnoughts, the crew members worked tirelessly. They operated their ships with skill and precision, following the orders of their commanders. The atmosphere was intense, but the crew remained focused and determined. Every decision, every action was crucial to ensuring the success of their mission. The Galactic Empire's leaders, watching from their command posts, could see the scale of the destruction unfolding before them. The realization of their grave mistake hit hard. The Empire had underestimated humanity's resolve and power. The once unshakable confidence of the Empire's leaders was replaced by fear and desperation. As the hours passed, the destruction continued. The Dreadnoughts showed no signs of slowing down. Their mission was clear: deliver justice for the tragic death of the young girl and demonstrate that Earth would not tolerate cruelty. The Empire's once proud military was in disarray, struggling to cope with the sheer force of the human assault. In the aftermath of the attack, the Galactic Empire's capital was a shadow of its former self. The once thriving city was now a smoking ruin. a stark reminder of the cost of their arrogance. The Dreadnoughts, having completed their primary objectives, began to withdraw from the system. Their mission had been successful, and they had delivered a powerful message to the Empire. As the human fleet returned to Earth, the victory was celebrated with a mixture of relief and reflection. The battle had been fierce and costly, but it had achieved its purpose. The Galactic Empire had been shown the consequences of their actions, and Earth's strength had been demonstrated in the most dramatic way possible. The galaxy would now remember this day as a turning point. The Galactic Empire had been humbled, and Earth had proven that it would stand firm in the face of any threat. The devastating attack had sent a clear message: humanity would not be underestimated or disrespected. The once glorious Galactic Empire lay in ruins. The capital city, now a wasteland of smoldering debris and shattered buildings, was a stark reminder of the devastating power of Earth's response. The 700,000 Dreadnoughts, having completed their mission, made their way back to their home planet, leaving behind a galaxy forever changed. On Earth, the mood was a mix of triumph and solemnity. The world had watched as their fleet unleashed a powerful revenge. But the victory came at a cost. People celebrated the end of the conflict, but there was a somber undertone as they reflected on the loss that had sparked this war. The leaders of Earth gathered to discuss the next steps. They knew that while the immediate threat had been dealt with, the future needed careful planning. The Galactic Empire, though significantly weakened, was not entirely defeated. There were remnants of their military and government scattered across the galaxy, and it was crucial to ensure that they could not rise again. In a global broadcast, the leaders addressed the people of Earth. They spoke of the courage and determination shown by the military and the unity of the world in facing this crisis. They also emphasized the need for diplomacy and rebuilding, highlighting that while revenge had been served, the long-term goal was to establish peace. The Dreadnoughts returned to Earth amid cheers and parades. The once hidden fleet was now a symbol of humanity's strength and resilience. The crew members hailed as heroes were celebrated for their bravery and skill. The media and public honored them with awards and tributes, recognizing their role in achieving this historic victory. With the immediate aftermath of the conflict addressed, Earth's leaders turned their attention to rebuilding. The planet had emerged from the war stronger and more united. The war had shown the world what humanity could achieve when pushed to the limit, and now there was a sense of purpose and hope for the future. International efforts were focused on creating a new era of cooperation and understanding. The leaders proposed forming a coalition of planets, including representatives from the Galactic Empire, to ensure that such a conflict would not occur again. This coalition would work towards rebuilding trust and fostering peaceful relations between different civilizations. Meanwhile, Earth began to assist the Galactic Empire in their recovery. Human aid and technology were offered to help rebuild the damaged areas and provide support for the Empire's citizens. The aim was to demonstrate that while Earth had responded forcefully to the Empire's aggression, it was now committed to helping rebuild and create a more stable and peaceful galaxy. The leaders of the Galactic Empire, having witnessed Earth's strength and mercy, were forced to confront their own actions and policies. Many of them began to seek new ways to cooperate with humanity, understanding that their old ways of dominance and cruelty were no longer viable. In the years that followed, the galaxy saw a new era of collaboration and progress. The conflict had forged new alliances and created opportunities for growth and understanding. Earth's role in this new chapter was significant as they continued to work towards building a better future for all. The story of the 700,000 Dreadnoughts became a legend, a reminder of humanity's capacity for both fierce defense and compassionate rebuilding. The young girl whose death had sparked this chain of events was remembered with honor, symbolizing the strength and unity of a planet that had risen from tragedy to triumph. As the galaxy moved forward, the lessons learned from this conflict helped shape a new era of peace and cooperation. The victory was not just about defeating an enemy, but about setting a course for a better future. Humanity had shown that it was capable of both great strength and great kindness, and this legacy would guide them as they built a new chapter in the history of the stars.